Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Monday, March 14th. It's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it out of that date, still watch the reading. It may apply to you in your situation. I do speak in broad terms because it is a collective reading. So just be aware of that. If it fits in your life, great, utilize it. If it doesn't, that's okay. It just means that you might be working on something different at this time. I will refer back to the underpinning energy, which is yesterday's Sunday reading, which is kind of like what's going on in the background underneath everything that we're dealing with throughout the days of this week. Please check out the drop-down menu if you're new to me, and if you enjoy the content, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share it out, help me get the word out, help me grow my audience, all of that sort of stuff. Leave a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of that. Okay, let's get into this reading and see what is going on today. Sorry about my little fit I had on yesterday's reading, but oh man, was I angry. I'm going to have to get a leather repairman to come out and fix the brand new bed that my dog decided to chew yesterday. He's in here with me right now. I'm allowing him to be loose because when I work, he has to be in a kennel next to my desk for a pretty large part of the day because I can't trust him to not get into trouble. He's still little, you know, he's like only 7 months old, so he doesn't make the best of decisions, apparently. It's a lot like his father. But the thing that bugged me most about it yesterday, and why I was so mad because I listened to the video this morning, I was like, oh, she is pissed, was that he had toys like on either side of him on the floor that he could have been chewing on, and he decided to chew on the furniture, and I was like, no. Anyways, we've made up. I'll get it fixed, or I won't. I don't know. It depends on how expensive it's going to be, but it's just a bummer because it was a new bed that I was very excited to have, and he's just kind of made it his own little piece of art. All right, so let's get into the reading and see what's going on there. He's underneath my chair looking at my feet right now because I told him, I'm like, if you're out, you have to stay out of trouble, or you go back into puppy jail. That's just how it works. He is such a lover, but he is so stubborn. And he's so, like, just does his own thing. But that's a very typical English bulldog behavior. They really don't mellow out until like a year and a half, and then they start to like slow down and not care. And that's, hey, don't chew the chair. No. No. That is furniture. That is not a chew toy. No. So apparently we haven't learned much since yesterday. Okay, so let's get these cards done. Oh great, we're looking at the Tower today. Okay, yay. So, the Tower is oftentimes unwelcome card in any reading, right? But I don't necessarily always see it that way. The Tower to me is stuff crumbling, stuff falling apart, stuff becoming real. The reality of a situation really presenting itself in such a way that it's like we can no longer sort of live in maybe the dream, the belief, or the way that it used to be. The Tower is something that's built upon faulty foundations, essentially. The Tower is the crumbling of something that we thought that would maybe be there forever. This can be emotionally, physically, a mental perception even, I believe, where we had a certain vision or idea of who or what we thought something was, but yet it's crumbling to the ground right around us. We can't keep it. We can't maintain it. We can't hold it. We can't control it. We can't make it be what we need it to be or what we thought we wanted it to be. Does that make sense? It needs to sort of crash to the ground, and it's going to whether we like it or not. That's the severity of the Tower. Tower is major arcana, so it does mean that it is going to be something significant, obvious, and not necessarily something that's going to be happening in the background. It's going to be showing itself to us in a way that possibly will feel uncomfortable. We're not going to necessarily want it to happen, right? Or we're not going to necessarily, I don't know, we're going to want to, like, our natural reaction to the tower is resistance. But what I feel like with the tower card is that there's a moment within it that allows us a certain amount of grace if we are aware as it's going on around us, as things crumble around us, or as things fall apart, or as things shift. If we flow within those shifts, right? If we let go and sort of let God in a way, or let go and trust in our higher self, our higher guidance, that there is a plan, that there is a reason, that things work out the way that they're supposed to, and things cycle, things die, things change. And we try not to hold on so hard to what once was, trying to keep it together. We expend less energy, we expend less attention on it, we expend less emotion on it, and we just need to let it fall because it's inevitable. There's an inevitability to the death in the tower card that we cannot fight against, right? Death is, kind of permanent. It's transformation. It's not stopping because we said, not today. I need you to wait until tomorrow. No, that's not how it works, right? Same with the tower. The tower is like outside of our control, but it's actually ultimately for our own well-being because it's the removal of something within our life that was no longer working for quite some time prior, but we were just looking the other direction. Or we might have even been aware that it wasn't working, but we were hoping it would get better. We were hoping that it would change, or if it could only just be this, then I would be okay. Well, now it's kind of like, no, you're not going to be okay. It's not going to be only this. It needs to change. And to move you on, we're going to take it from you, right? We're going to remove it from you. And that's kind of the tower part of it, like the tower crumbling to the ground, where we most felt comfortable, where we most felt safe within a certain situation that maybe, although we didn't like it, right? It felt safe and familiar, so we put up with it. Or we waited around in it for it in hopes of us being able to change it or change ourselves or change, I'm using this in broad terms, guys, so you have to figure out where this tower moment might be in your life, if it is at all, right? It may not. Some of you might not be experiencing this shift or this change, but this is significant and it is important and it is always for our betterment, even though in the moment when it shifts and it changes, it doesn't feel that way. It feels scary. It feels unknown. It feels like familiarity or comfortability is being questioned, shaken, brought to the ground. But in the opportunity of that rubble or of that change, one gets to rebuild, right? Nature abhors a vacuum, right? A void. For every death, there is a new birth, right? In cycles of nature. And so that's why I don't fear the death card or the tower card, because it's basically just the cyclical nature of how when something is no longer working, it needs to end so that something new can be born into its place, something that's better suited to us, something that's more in alignment with us, something that's more foundationally sound for us. Whether that's emotional, material, mental, relationship-wise, all of that. This is the moment where, as it begins to crumble, we get the choice. How much grace are we going to have during this situation? How much ease are we going to allow ourselves, and non-judgment of the situation, the others involved, ourselves, and just let it be. Let it go. This is that. I say this all the time. I haven't said it in a long time. This is the let go or be dragged moment, because when we try and hold on too hard for reasons that we know somewhere deep inside are not going to keep it together, that's when we struggle. That's when we feel more pain. That's when we thrash and the drama hits and we're like, oh my God, it's hard. We don't need all of that with the tower. It just makes it worse. Just let it go. Underneath this tower, though, is the Page of Swords, right? And he was that one that lasted, like in the Sunday reading. And if you don't know which reading I'm talking about, it'll populate in the bottom left-hand corner of this reading. He was very inquisitive. He was a young child that was like, had a very inquisitive face, like, is this right? Like that was like the look on his face. And that's kind of the tower too. Is this really right for me, or does this need to fall away? Do I need to let go of this? Can I let go of this? Am I, having an expectation around that situation, person, job, whatever, that is not treating me the way I need to be treated, or not giving me that I need to be given back, or not seeing me, not acknowledging me, built on a faulty foundation. Is this really what's right for me? And the Page of Swords does that sort of mental and communicative work where we learn that maybe indeed it's not. Maybe indeed it is time to let it go and to seek and investigate new ways of communicating, new paths to take, new opportunities to build. And remember, you know, we've got that full moon in Virgo, which Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgos, bitch, y'all is practical hoes. Let me say, y'all know some of your stuff. You guys are not going to like mince words. You're going to be serious. So like, this is going to be like in our face, right? This is going to be like, we told you, Rhonda. You knew, you saw it coming, you felt it. It's that kind of an energy, right? And with that Virgo full moons are all about release. And the Tower is all about let go and let God, you know, like step to the side, let it all fall to the ground and see what you've got to work with once it's done, right? Virgo energy in the full moon and during Pisces season is very complementary. Pisces is extremely creative, spiritual, connected, psychic, all of that sort of shit, emotional. So this Tower could be extremely emotional for some of us, but ultimately the Virgo full moon and the letting go of it is going to produce a more logical, grounded, complementary scenario for us in the end as these things work together. That's my feeling. That's my interpretation. Let's go to the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and then my ass needs to get to the gym. Sacred Destiny says, boom, purity. I love this card. This wolf knows he is white. He is hidden. Even in the snowy caps of whatever, that snow scene down below him, he knows how to maneuver, hide, not manipulate in a bad way, but like manipulate sort of the elements to his advantage, right? The wisdom in those eyes to me trigger off, the purple triggers off the knowing of the seventh chakra, the green triggers off the knowing of the heart chakra. There's this awareness within this wolf and this purity of understanding that, you know what, this snowy situation has been a bitch, but I can work my way through it. This Tower is going to be hard, but I can find my way through it. I know I have the wisdom, I have the smarts, the intelligence, the strength, the awareness. He's looking us dead in the eye, right? He's like, bitch, you got this, right? That's my feeling with him. Let me read purity to you really quick. And remember, yesterday's card was release, which is interesting because now we're seeing the Tower. So it's like, yeah, it's time to release, boo. All right, first snow. Let me put on my glasses because I can't read. Before the first snow, the earth is dark and cold. Fallen trees from autumn storms lay haphazardly atop the decaying leaves that cover the forest floor. However, when the first snow arrives, the darkness and decomposing soil are replaced by a purity that is light and bright. In the sunshine, the individual snowflakes atop the snowdrifts sparkle with crystalline light. Harsh sounds are muffled. Sharp corners, rugged edges are muted. Everything feels fresh and new. Debris seemingly disappears beneath the pristine white landscape. Softly falling snow illuminates the environment in a diffusion of swirling forms. At night, in the light of the full moon, the first snow is glowing and serenely silent, turning everything into an enchanted fairy tale realm. In some mystical traditions, descending snow symbolizes the transmission of knowledge from a higher plane, the heavens, to the lower planes, the earth, thus bringing purity to the earth. So to me, and I haven't finished reading this yet, but like this Tower moment that might be falling apart around us might be creating the purity and the heaven on earth that we need. We just need to get rid of some of the bullshit that's in between us and that, okay? And that is the Tower. The sacred landscape wants you to know, no matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Remember when I said, let go or be dragged, right? How much grace do we have within this situation? Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Recurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. So utilize this Tower to be redemptive, give yourself healing, and be compassionate to yourself and those around you as the situation changes. And the grounding stone for today is family. So relying upon those that we love and trust during this time would be a good thing. For some of you, this tower could be our surrounding your family members or people that you are close to. But family, grounding in, the family of one's choosing rather than the family of one's birth is always a key here. Finding a good friend, a good confidant, somebody to help not carry you through, but help support you as you go through this time would be key. Remember, yesterday's was happiness and the day before, which is for the entire week, is wisdom. There's something that we are learning in all of this about who is around us, how they're around us, why they're around us. That is going to be key. And we're going to realize with this family stone, my feeling is, we're going to realize who truly is our family, who truly is our source of support, and who isn't, right? So don't be shocked by any of that. And ground in the people that support you and don't necessarily fix it for you, but they support you in whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself today. That is your forecast for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit like, share it out, subscribe, and leave me a question or comment, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.